I said that we could have the same thing, but the other way around, opposite. Like a fake breakout and then a rejection and continuation until the liquidity below. Shared that on Twitter as well. And it happened exactly like that, guys. Also, that we had the minor bounce here after sweeping this low. I mean, I expected that we would first bounce. Many people would try to long here, but then it would continue lower. So, so far everything happened as expected. Also, guys, for those who took this previous short, because this morning I had a weak moment and canceled this long, unfortunately, especially now that it even went lower. Instead, I could have said, like, enter near my stop, guys. Then it would have been an amazing trade. But this morning, I don't know. Something must have distracted me. I canceled this. I thought it might go higher and we can enter somewhere here, but yeah, then missed it. A bit annoying, to be honest, but we caught this previous one at least. And maybe some of you held it because I didn't fully close it. And maybe, yeah, we were at least in the right side of the market. Um, the reason why guys, if you remember, if you took this trade, the reason why I adjusted my stop loss here to 65.7 instead of 65.5 was thanks to moving averages, guys. It was thanks to moving averages. Um, One moment. We'll show you what I mean. Guys, when I share trades based on supply and demand, price action, order flow, liquidity, and so on. But before I share trades, I always have EMAs open for confluence because, as you know, and as I have always been teaching, price mostly likes to touch these EMAs before it does major moves. And I checked the EMA, and as I said, my stop was supposed to be at 65.5. Then I thought, wait a minute, we have the EMA here. It most likely touches that EMA. That's why I raised the stop that little bit, guys, so that it can touch the CMA before it goes down. That was the reason. Just for educational purpose, I'm telling you that. I have moving averages open all the time for confluence, and just like here, it helps me to be accurate and precise sometimes when entering trades on the smaller time frame. And here it helped me to not get stopped out on that Bitcoin long, but catch a really nice high reward trade that some members have taken. I think most of you have taken this one. I think one member even made 13R. He didn't take profit because he slept. Yeah, amazing trade, guys. If you catch one trade like this per month, that's enough. You know, uh, I mean, like 10R and also Folks. I shared Folks, as you know, here and was lucky with that. And I will also quickly explain why I shared this coin for educational purpose. Guys, the EMA 200, this is, by the way, this is the EMA 100 because we have the H2 time frame. But yeah, the EMA 100, this coin was riding that EMA 100 really nicely, right? And I was checking the daily time frame, guys. The daily time frame, and the price was here on the EMA 21 on the daily time frame, riding it perfectly and it was here. One moment. Let me go back like this. Yeah, it was basically on that EMA 21 and looking like it's bouncing. So I mean, I had high confidence on this coin. As you saw how I called it, I said it looks really great to go higher. We entered here, it immediately went up 5R in just a few hours, guys. Amazing. So of course, you cannot catch trades like this all the time. But as I said, if you catch one or two trades like this per month, that's already enough. Brother, sometimes it's good to sleep and not trade that much. For example, Malik, today I woke up early, I checked my Bitcoin short, and the lower time frame price action made me pussy out, right? If I had slept until like noon, I wouldn't have canceled it, right? I would have woken up to a nice 5R trade. So sometimes it's really good to trade less. Just do your initial analysis, take the trade, and then shut down. Don't look at it. Sometimes really that's the best thing to do, but we usually tend to check the price many times, over trade, and then shit like that happens, like today where I canceled the Bitcoin short. Simply overcomplicating things. I mean, I had already the entry, um, only for the reason to long maybe a bit higher. I thought, yeah, we might actually be able to long here, a bit higher, like, yeah, where Exo stop was to the EMA 200 here on the H1 time frame. I thought we might be able to short there. That's the reason why I canceled it. Shit happens, guys. Also, it's very, very hot right now here in Germany. Feels like 40 degrees Celsius. Really, um, it's awful, guys. Most people in Germany don't have the AC at home. You know why? Because we usually don't have this heat here. Usually in summer, like in July, end of July, we have like 30 degrees, 35 degrees. But that's only like a few weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks, and you are usually at vacation anyway. That's why most people in Germany don't have AC at home. Me neither. I never needed AC. So we didn't do it in my house. But guys, this year the heat started much earlier than usual. We have like June, right? And we already have 35 degrees. So there's something changing. This is now for the first time. And yeah, we need to get those ACs, guys, um, in Germany now as well. In Europe, I mean. Yes, in Netherlands, it's the same, brother. Koala. 45, Bilal, but there it's different, brother. It's dry, in countries like Pakistan, the 50, 45, or in Arabic countries, it's different, brother. Because you have the dry. Here it's wet because of so many trees. We have a lot of trees here. No water, no sea. And then you know what happens? It's so wet like you're in a sauna, bro, literally. Yeah. Difficult to breathe even. My thoughts on Bitcoin, guys, is on the weekly time frame, price action wise, I am not a fan. It looks like it could continue down. Nevertheless, we have swept this low here, the previous low, 60K low. We had swept it, and now we swept the sweep of this of the sweep, right? We swept the sweep of the sweep, and yeah, on the weekly time frame, This is the moving average 200, guys. The simple moving average 200, which historically is a very good moving average for Bitcoin bottoms, major bottoms. I will show you what I mean with the index chart, the Bitcoin all-time chart. Let us switch to the log scale on TradingView. You can switch to log scale here, logarithmic. Then the chart looks like this. You see the all-time chart in a more accurate way. Here, you see this. 6 cents Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was 6 cents, when it was $1. Then you can see that in this way. Otherwise, on the regular chart, you don't see that, right? It's just one line. But on a log scale, this is good for macro analysis. You can see that. Yeah. So the simple moving average 200. Let's look at it. It's this one. Let me turn off the other ones. Or never mind. Let's keep them all. Just let's make the 200, let's make it red. Okay. So here, guys, 2018, we bottomed there. And then again, in 220, price bounced there. Here it went slightly below, but reclaimed it and then bounced. So the EMA 200, or sorry, the SMA 200 is a reasonable level where price can reverse, guys. So there is opium. I am leaning. Actually, I'm neutral, guys. I'm neutral. But there is hope. Yeah, there's hope. That's what I wanted to say. I'm not like saying it's over. We go down for sure. There's opium. We can bounce here, but as Wave said, it's better to wait right now, to not risk much. Because we will see that when we get the bounce and reclaim the supply zone, reclaim, let me quickly check which supply zone is reasonable for that. For confirmation for higher, that is usually the level where the last distribution took place, the last distribution, and therefore you would have to check the charts and think a little bit. One moment. Accumulation, where the accumulation is taking place, you have to look at some candles, and I didn't do that yet, but it would be good, of course, to reclaim the EMA 200 on the H4 time frame. That would be a major sign for reversal, guys. So the best thing right now is to wait, not risk much. Some days, not too much, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks. Then it will be easier. Then we can still enter longs by dips. And yeah, for now, it's like a falling knife. You might be lucky. If you long here, you might be lucky and catch the bottom, the perfect bottom. If you feel like you have to do that. I'm not like I have to catch the perfect bottom. You know. I was thinking about sharing a long trade before I now came to the stream. I was thinking about sharing here long 59,500, stop below 58.8, leaving a bit room for another sweep. But then I thought, guys, no need to overtrade. Let's chill a bit. No need to take an unnecessary loss right now. Although, as I said, it can bounce here. But it's a bit early because it just came down right now. So many people will obviously try to long. So it's early, guys. No need to rush, right? What do you think? Lit, lit. I don't even know what kind of coin that is, but it's nicely riding on the EMA 200 here. As far as I can see, it's a coin that's reacting nicely to it. Here it was resistance. Look, brother, here. Nicely in confluence with the support level. Support, support, support. Then it fell below that support. Nicely in confluence with the EMA 200. This is what I love sometimes, guys, TA, when everything is in confluence. This is what I always have been teaching as well in my EMA videos. EMAs are always in confluence with major levels. EMA 200 is always in confluence with major support and resistance levels. That's why I love it. That's why it's very good to see major levels without checking the price action actually. So here it rejected, went sideways. Here again it was resistance, but then it reclaimed it, pumped, then retested it, you see here, and now it basically reclaimed this resistance to support. Currently riding on that EMA 200, guys. Made a double bottom here. Malik made a double bottom here, one low. Now it swept that low together with Bitcoin and nicely pumped right now. So if you had longed at this low, brother, would have been nice. You would have called a nice trade. I mean, if you're a scalper, you can always try things like that. So similar lows. Uh, um, Here, when price made this low, it came down again. Now again, same price, equal lows. I think, yeah, they say equal lows, and you could have tried it like this. Um, if you are thinking about entering the trade right now, brother, then you can of course do that. Then I would put my stop. I wouldn't use a tight stop, bro. Let me check actually. EMA 200. Either you use a tight stop, a very tight one below the EMA 200 here. You can do that. And wait for another dip maybe, like this, bro. Either you use a tight stop like this, just below the EMA 200 on the H4, or more reasonable, you scale, for example, in a spot position. Then you would put your stop below that major level, major support level. Then you are more safe in case the market makes one more dip. You see this EMA? It could potentially wick down, and that's it, bro. About this coin lit. Good luck, Asen. Asen, good luck. As I said, why not, bro? It's reasonable because equal lows on Bitcoin, low got swept. On the weekly time frame, you have the moving average there, which is a strong indicator. So good luck, brother. You might be lucky to have caught a good entry there. Yeah, yeah, good luck. I will just wait a little bit because it's a bit early, guys. Price just came down. I will wait a little bit. Now it's Wednesday. We have Thursday. Weekend is usually boring price action, right? Weekend is usually boring. So I expect a major price action to take place, like most of the times, after the weekly close, guys. So after the weekly close, yeah, then invalidation. There is no invalidation point, bro. For Bitcoin, that's the problem right now. There is no invalidation point for Bitcoin because It already made a low. It swept the low, This is right now, you cannot say, brother. This is not somewhere between some zones or levels where we can say what is invalidation or not. It made, like here, a new low, which means it can basically come down to here and still go up, or it can come down to 55 and still go up. That's something that you cannot say. As Wave said, it might sweep this low, it might come down to here, these lows. We cannot say that, bro. There is no invalidation. Nothing is an invalidation right now. You know? That's the problem. We can do that when the price is here, when you are trading intraday between some levels. But right now it's not like that. We made new lows. It can logically bounce anywhere. It can bounce here. It swept that low. And as I said, if I had longed here, I would use a tight stop, bro. I would use a stop like 58.5, you know, because if it goes lower, you don't know. It might go much lower. So I wouldn't try risking to hold it. I would use a tight stop, SN. Okay, you can play it like that. Okay, guys, that's it. That's my bias right now. The situation is uncertain, still uncertain. We have the weekly SMA 200 where price is currently making equal lows. We made a sweep of the previous sweep. It's not looking that bad. Just wait some days until the weekly close. If we get that bounce, that would be nice because then we might get a nice rally to the upside. And most importantly, guys, altcoins. One moment. So this was my prediction for USDT dominance, guys. I made the prediction that it likely comes up, which it did now. It came up. And when it's here at the highs, like it is, it can reject, go down, which would mean that we would have a major bull rally across the market, especially on altcoins. That would be amazing. Yeah, we will see in the coming days and weeks. Yeah. So far, it is all like expected. I mean, I predicted this one here like in January, guys. I said already in January, I said I expect this to go up. I expect Bitcoin to sweep 60K because I shared all this at once back then, right? I shared these ideas at the same time. Bitcoin dominance. Also rejected that resistance. But currently the USDT dominance is more relevant. Yeah, that's it, guys. So there is hope. I'm not a moon boy, as you know, but when there is realistically a hopium for the market, I said that the second half of 2026 can be bullish, and I still think that. I mean that the first half would be like this sideways chop was clear. I tweeted that and said that all the time, but I also said that the second half can be bullish, and we will see that. Okay, and hopefully then we will share many trades, many easy trades as usual, right? Okay, guys, it's 10 p.m. I wish you all a good evening. Thanks for joining. Love you all. See you on the next stream. My stream is Saturday, I think. And also, I will bring PA Koala also on the stream. Brother, next time, PA Koala is also going to start streaming, guys. Don't need to be shy, brother. You are good. We need your knowledge. We need to listen to you. Next time you stream. Okay, guys. Good evening. Bye bye.